Hello everyone, welcome to Cozy Ghost Studios. Today I'm going to walk you through how to make pumpkin pie. About the essentials. Supplies you're going to need. Gloves, they're optional, but they just help not get dust or hair so much on the clay. And here I have everything else to show you what you're going to need. You're going to need a Sculpey, alcohol, a clay circular cookie cutter, Q-tips, eyelets, Sculpey Primo, the 18 gold. You're going to need orange, just regular orange for Sculpey Primo. You're going to need a bake clay adhesive and some Master Touch pixel sticks. Once you have all of your clay rolled out and softened, you're going to mix two colors together, and I'm going to show you that in the next spot. So I realized that I forgot a whole clay. This is for the outside of the pumpkin, the ecru, and if you don't have ecru, you can mix a little bit of tan and white, and that'll give you a similar color. With the orange and 18K gold, we're going to mix those two together, which I already have a slab here that is mixed together, and it gives you an orange gold color. Two colors mixed together here, the orange and the 18K gold, and then you have your ecru. This is optional, but this is some cornstarch. I can show you guys. I put it in a bottle so it's easier to get to. What the cornstarch is for is to paintbrush, and it's only for cornstarch. Just a little bit. And I just add a little bit to the edges, and that helps not have it stick on the clay. You can just press it down and swirl it back and forth. And you're going to need one here, and then you're going to need 3 of the orange. All 3 of your orange and gold. You're going to need 3 here. And then 1, you're just going to take it, flip it over, take the other one and put it together. All 3, well, 4 pieces here. 3 of the orange, 1 of the ecru. You just want to roll that to make sure they're all together. The next part, we're going to add the crust on the side. So you want to not use this part because it's all like jaggedy or there. So just take that off there. You want it to be smooth, but you're going to line it up right to the bottom there. You're going to just do a little sliver here, as close to the back of the crust as you can, and just glide it. And then on the other side here too, as close as you can, and all the way across. And then you're just going to hold this piece, kind of move it forward, pick this up, push it against, turn to roll it like this. And I'm about to get off camera here, so let me pick that up and roll it over so you can see. And then roll it like that. Smooth out the sides and smooth out the bottom, and then trim up the top here. Okay, once you have the back and the front all smoothed out, and trim it if you need to. If there's too much excess of the ecru color, you're just going to press down like this, kind of wiggle, and that kind of helps it be a little bit more flat. And once you flatten out the pie to your liking of the size you want it to be, you're going to flip it over, and I have already worked on smoothing out the edges here. You're going to smooth it out to your liking to make sure that the bottom part and the side part are connected. Now, what you're going to do with this part, you're going to take a toothbrush to create a texture like so. Okay, once you've worked out how much texture you want to do, it should look like something like this. And then after that, you're going to want to pick it up, turn it over, and then stick it to here, which is really nice. This glass, it's really nice, like it holds really well. And then you're going to do the same thing to the front of the pie. You're going to add all of that texture. I added a lot of texture. You can add as much as you like. And then you're just going to take it off this glass. And then we are going to work on, and I like to set it right there to kind of have a guide. But if you don't already have one made, we're just going to do this from here. And what's really nice is you can just hold the X-Acto blade like this. My hands are in the way. And you kind of align it to where you want and just barely add a little line. And that'll be your guide. And then you're going to add one here as well. Like that. This way you can leave it like this, or you can add more. And and this will help you get like perfect cut. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then you're just going to go ahead and cut out the slices, however you want to start, really. Okay, there's that one. And then you're just going to cut out the smaller ones here. Okay, and once you have your slices, they should look like this. Perfect little pumpkin pie slices. So it gives you about, let's see how many slices this is. It gives you 8 slices. Okay, so you've already got your pie slice cuts, and I have already rolled through the pasta machine. And if you don't have the pasta machine, you can always use, I like the stainless steel, really nice roller. There's 2 different ways you can do this. You can use the extruder, which I've gotten from Amazon, that gives you a nice clean line. Or I'll show you a different way of how to do that. You can do X-Acto knife, do little tiny lines. We're going to do about 2. You don't need very much. A little strip of the icru and roll it like so. And you're going to roll it very gently, and it's pretty good. So what you're going to do, you're going to, I don't know if you guys can see, you're going to align it like this, and then you're going to press them together like this. Press them together like so, and then you're just going to lightly twist. You're going to twist them together so you get that pie crust look. And I always like to go back through and twist the other way as well to really make sure that it's a nice twist for the back of the pie. And this is what you're going to have once you have it all twisted. So with the pie crust, what you're going to do is just set that twist on top and then cut the edges, cut the other edge. What you do is make sure it's really pressed on there. And one of these, I do not know the name of this, but I got it in the cake section at the craft store. Anyway, you're just going to lightly smooth out the edges, out the other side as well. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it looks like it's a part of the pie. It's smooth on both sides. Add more texture. Sometimes I just like to add more texture to the orange and gold part there. Have to, but it's going to look like this. And then I will show you the next part with the eye pin.
Here are the pastel colors you're going to be using for the back of the shading of the pie. Yellow, orange, brown, and a light golden brown. And here's me just showing you all the colors I'm going to be mixing together to add on the back of the pie.
I have a gold eye pin. You could do silver or gold. I think the gold looks good with the pumpkin look. And I just add a little bit of this to help, kind of like a glue when it's baking. And then you're going to add it to the back here. And then you have your pie. And then we also need to add one final touch, the whipped cream on top. I have this Etsy one that I got for cupcakes, but it also has 2 little whipped creams there.
And you're going to add the mix of the pastel on the back of the crust here.
And then once you have it all done, you're going to bake them to your package instructions. And once you have it all baked, this is what it's going to look like. You have the pie crust, the pumpkin pie in the middle there with the texture, the little whipped cream, and then the eye pin on the back there. If you like this, subscribe, share, comment if you would like to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.